And now we are with a company that you should really know. AEG, apart from having been going on for a very long time, they've been going on for a long time making really stunning games. And this is definitely not an exception. And I had a quick tutorial by Mark, who you are the head of everything creative development, super cool in the company.
I've never had that job title before. There's probably a few people might disagree with it, but I like it as a job title. It sounds good, right?
It sounds amazing.
I'll have a word with John Zinser, our CEO, and see if head of everything super cool and creative is available.
I think they should give it to you just like that. What do we have here today?
Okay, so I thought I'd start off with a real sneak peek. Right, this is a game that we're going to be releasing in around about August time, I think, certainly this summer anyway. And it's a game called Smash Up. It's a very easy to learn game, so I'm actually going to kind of try and teach you, and we're going to do a demo maybe in about 15 minutes.
Yes, sounds good.
20, I don't know, we'll see how it goes.
Go for it.
We call it shuffle building. And the idea is that we're going to start off with 8 factions in the base game, and basically you take 2 decks, and normally we do it with a draft, so you draft 2 decks, and what you do is you just take the decks, and the game's called Smash Up, and you literally just smush those 2 decks together. So you take those 2 decks and give them a good shuffle. You, I believe, have got ninjas and robots.
I do.
I have aliens and pirates. Okay, and there's 4 more factions, some of which I believe have yet to be revealed, so I'm not going to spoil all of them. So the idea of this game is we are going to fight over bases. So you will be in my base killing my guys.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
And I will be doing the same to you.
Well, you're going to try.
Oh, really? Really? I like it when people get a bit feisty, you know, when a game's just starting. It's good. So, so the rules of the game are very simple. We've only got 2 kinds of cards, minions and actions.
Right.
Okay. You can play 1 minion, 1 action. Okay. But the cards are then going to tell you that you can play more.
Okay.
We're going to fight over the bases. The bases have a break point. When the total number of our minions reaches or exceeds the break point, then that base is scored. These are the points for first place, second place, third place.
Okay.
Some of the bases also have abilities on them. Okay. And that's about it, really. You've got robots, so you've got a kind of weenie blitz with ninjas that sneakily move in and kill things.
What's not to like?
I have got aliens that are going to constantly beam things back up to people's hands, and pirates that are going to sail around and kill stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So you start the game with 5 cards. At the end of your turn, you draw 2 cards. And if you've ever got more than 10 cards, you have to discard. Okay. It's good if I can't see, right? So, shall I go first just to give you an idea how this works?
Please.
Okay. So, I am going to play... you can play a minion and or an action. You don't have to play both. So I'm going to start off, and I am going to play my first mate on the grey opal, which is one of my bases. This guy has a special ability. After a base is scored, rather than being discarded, he can move off. Right? Pirates sail around. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. I'm going to say that's the end of my turn. Okay. And it's your turn.
Okay.
1 minion, 1 action.
1 minion. I'm going to play 1 minion. I'm going to play...
So you can choose to kind of fight me over the bases, or you can try and set up a bridgehead and a new base, whichever you fancy.
Well, I'm going to fight you over that base.
Okay, so this is a microbot fixer. Now he has a special text. If this is the first minion you played this turn, you may play an extra minion. Nice.
I thought so. Right. And I'm going to play that one.
So Zapbot says you may play an extra minion of power 2 or less. Keep going.
And I shall play that because it's the only minion with 1 point I have.
Right. This guy allows you to shuffle all the microbots from your discard pile into your deck, but at this stage you don't have any. So at the moment the grey opal is not scoring. I have 2 points here. You've got 4. So you draw 2 cards at the end of your turn. Well, you're not playing any actions, right?
No, I'm not.
No. For my minion, I'm going to play my collector who has 2 power and says you may return a minion of power 3 or less on this base to its owner's hand. So I'm going to beam your guy back up.
That's fine by me, thank you.
And then I'm going to play beam me up, return a minion to its owner's hand. So my trouble is all these minions just play themselves again, but here you go, I'll do that. So we're back down to 6 here, draw 2 cards, and it's your turn.
Okay, well I think it would be rather silly.
Yeah, not to just keep unloading on me with minions, huh? That's what robots do.
Well, apart from that, I'm going to play that one.
If this is the first minion you played this turn, you may play an extra action ongoing. All of your microbots gain +1 power. Okay. So you got an extra minion still?
I do. I'm going to play this minion.
Okay.
Which allows me to destroy a minion on that base.
With power less than the total number of minions. Okay, so you've got 3 minions, so conveniently you can destroy anything with 2 power. Which means you could destroy your own.
Yeah, that someone would be rather counterproductive.
This guy really thinks he's going to beat me.
I'm going to get rid of your collector. Just because I can.
Yep.
And also, I'm going to play an action as well.
Oh, you got an action too.
Since I'm at it.
We're seeing the ninja coming out now. Disguise. Replace any number of your minions on one base with an equal number from your hand. Really? What's going to happen now? Am I going to get unloaded on?
Well, I can replace
any number. So you can replace these 3 with up to 3 others. Any number though. You don't have to replace them all. You choose.
Well, I'm going to replace this one.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to play an extra one with this one instead.
A nuke bot.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. And is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so you put there and you draw 2 cards.
I'm liking this game.
I'm going to play a collector.
Again?
Yeah. Boing. I'm going to beam up, not your Zapbot, because he'll just play extra minion. I'm going to beam up your Microbot guard. And then I really don't like the nuke bot, so I'm going to abduct him. Yep. Return. Invasion. I don't want to. I'm going to have an alien invasion.
Yep.
And I'm going to move your nuke bot to the Ninja Dojo. Okay. That's my turn. So it's my minion action. Draw 2 cards.
I'm going to play that one there.
Okay. Well, if it's the first minion your turn, you may play another.
I'm thought as much, and I'm going to play that one there.
Really? Zapbot and another. And another Zapbot. Wow. Okay, this breaks at 18. You've got 6. You've got 10 there currently.
10 now, okay. And I'm going to play one extra minion.
Yeah.
So
destroy a minion on this base with power less than or equal to the number. So yeah.
Since we are at it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Draw you 2 cards. Maybe you are going to beat me.
Well, you're jet lagged, so you.
Oh, that's it.
That's why.
Good. You gave me the excuse. Listen, all I needed was the excuse. Okay. So I'll just move these to show these are yours and these are mine, because we normally do when we're playing. So how much has this got here? This has got 6, 10, right? So it scores on 18. Scores on this base?
Yep.
After this base is scored, it's got a special ability. You may place this minion into your hand instead of the discard pile.
Oh, okay.
And I am going to play. Well, I hate to say this, but I'm going to probe you.
Oh.
One player discards a card at random. You're going to give me the poker eyes. You're going to give me the poker eyes. Oh, gets the hoverbot.
Yeah.
Take that hoverbot. Right. Draw 2 cards. Okay. It's a microbot, so you get to play another minion, of course.
Yes, I do.
So we got 6. Oh, wait a minute. All your microbots get +1 power here. So we've got 6, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13.
And I've got 3, so this base is almost breaking. That's your action?
That's my
action. No, not the tech center. So draw a card for each of your minions on that base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 1.
That's your turn over.
2 and 3.
Oh no, you've got another minion if you want it.
And 4.
So you can still play another minion.
And
Zapbot. Okay.
and that.
Okay, I'm not even going to bother totaling this. So you win on this base, okay? So now this is an unusual base in that the first place scores less than the second, so I got my thing that I needed. But it says the winner of this base may destroy any one minion. So you can destroy any one minion.
Bye.
Bye. First mate dies. So you get 2 points and I get 3.
Yep.
We're playing to a total of 15 normally. We might not have time to do that. So when a base breaks, because it's past its break point, which is 18, the minions are all discarded, except my guy. I tell you right. Special. After this base is scored, you may place this minion into your hand. So I get him back. Your guys all finally go away. That base has been scored, so we turn over a new one. The Great Library. So you get 4 for winning this, 2 for second, 3 for third. After the base is scored, all players with minions on it may draw 1 card. Okay. Draw your 2 cards to finish your turn, because your hand size really wasn't big enough first mate. Okay. As my action, I'm playing Abduction, return a minion to its owner's hand, and I get to play an extra minion, so you can have that back, sir. And I am going to play that transporter that came back to my hand last time, and then at the end of turn draw 2 cards. Another microbot.
And play that there.
A warbot. It's immune to destruction, huh?
And my action.
Yeah.
My action is going to be that one, and lastly to move a minion to another base.
Okay. So you have 7 there. Draw your 2 cards this time. I'm going to play it here.
Yep.
Draw 2 cards and say go.
Okay. In that case. Yes, because I can.
Destroy a minion on the space of power less than the air, okay.
That'll be that one for you,
okay.
Thank you very much. And I will play my action.
Yeah. Destroy a minion of power 3 or less.
Since I'm getting closer to scoring that base.
Sure. Okay, action goes straight to the discard pile.
And 2 cards for me, thank you very much.
Okay, I'm gonna play my saucy wench on this base. Destroy a minion of power 2 or less. I think we're gonna kill the microbot guard. And then I'm going to play Jam Signal. This is play on a base, so this sits on the base. All players ignore all the text on this base. So nobody's.
That will not happen.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to draw 2 cards and say go.
Well, my Tiger Sizing is going to destroy your saucy wench.
How often do you get to say that, right?
And since I'm at it, I'm going to draw my action.
Tech Center again.
1, 2, 3, and 4 cards.
There's only 2 of those in the deck. He's not a card shark, is he? I'm not playing with somebody who knows how to.
4.
This is the guy who bounces back after a base is scored.
Yep.
I am now going to terraform this base. Search the base deck for a base and exchange it with the base in play. Bit of terraforming never hurt anybody.
Indeed.
I'm going to play the Temple of Goju. After this base is scored, each player's highest power minion on the base on the bottom of his owner's deck. Okay? So you got 15 there.
Okay.
I've just put 3 down. This base has a break point of 18, so I'm going to get 2nd place and still score 3 points. Right? So nice bit of terraforming, snipes another 3 points for me.
Sneaky, yes.
This goes back to my hand as a special.
Yep.
One of your guys can go on the bottom of your deck, and then the rest are discarded, and then we'll replace that base. Okay. If you have 10 cards or more, you have to discard. So I got 9.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, sorry, if you get 10 cards. So I'm winning 6-4 at the moment. Oh, another warbot, huh?
And
so minions on this base by the text get +1 power. So 5 and 11. So we got 5 and 11, 16. So this base is almost scored.
So that.
Okay, you can shuffle any or all microbots from your discard pile into your deck. That's going to be bad.
And because I can play another one, how about I'll play that.
Okay.
Minion.
So that base is going to score now.
Yes.
I get 2, so I'm an 8. You're on 8. So
Pretty level.
we normally go to 15. As you can see the way the game goes.
Yes.
My job really is to kind of try and make you run out of things. I've got lots of cool guys that score me victory points when they come into play and can bounce things up and do things around. So I'm guessing you've run out a lot of minions.
No, I do have
Oh, I still got a few.
2, 3.
Obviously a good combination, right? So as the game goes on, you play with 2 players, 3 players, 4 players. It's pretty much.
That's pretty stunning.
There is no preference, right, for me in terms of the number of players. 2-player game is much more direct and much more tactical.
Yep.
You know, you see sort of some of the things I was doing by sniping bases or manipulating things.
Yep.
Aliens are quite good at that, whereas the robots do play a lot of stuff out, and combined with ninjas, they kill things.
That's awesome.
So, you know, there's lots and lots of different tactics that can go on there. It's a really easy game. I mean, you now know how to play Smash Up, right? So it's an easy game to play. But there's a kind of depth within the cards. So we're really looking forward to this. It's coming out in the summer. I think it's we can call it an honourable draw at 8 all, right?
Yes, indeed. That sounds like a plan to me.
You know, if you want to play later, we'll maybe get a game later.
Very much.
Okay.
I'm up for it.
So, should maybe show you one of the other games now? We recently released Thunderstone Advance. So this was a new sort of take on Thunderstone, which has been, you know, a very, very successful deck builder. Has been out for several years now. And what we did is we kind of told the story of the original Thunderstone Advance, and so the original Thunderstone, I beg your pardon. So in Thunderstone Advance, we've moved to a new world. We've discovered there's a new problem, still with dungeons, still with monsters, still with heroes to combat the problems and so on. But in Thunderstone Advance, we've sort of tried to streamline a lot of things in the game, give people a new experience. It's got a new graphics look, and we've also introduced some additional player aids, which I think make things a bit easier. You can tell this one is pristine. So we've nice snug fitting box.
They cannot be accused of not making good boxes.
Yeah, good tight box. Right, so in this one, we've one of the things is we've introduced a board. We've introduced a board, so now you can play in the wilderness where the light penalties aren't so significant, or you can play in the dungeon where you have the normal historical light penalties. This is a very different world, so we've introduced a few new things. First of all, what the board is designed to do, you still play with eight cards the way eight stacks of cards the way you always did in the original Thunderstone. Right. But what this means is you're much less likely to get a glut, because although you deal the cards out randomly to see which cards you're playing with, you once one of the categories is filled up, you then any more cards of that type that you draw, you just discard them. Okay. So what this tends to mean is you get a village where there's always, not always, but usually one weapon, one item, one spell, and one villager. There's only very few games when you would get a setup that didn't have that mixing. So it kind of gives you that feel. We've also introduced a familiar deck. Right. So now when you successfully attack the dungeon, because you're a hero, a familiar will attach itself to you, and the familiar gives you a few little sort of extra bonuses in there. We've streamlined a lot of the rules, produced a new rule book, which many people have said they've found significantly easier to learn to play with than the original. So I think what Thunderstone Advance is it's very much us trying to learn from playing the original and hearing what people said in the original.
That sounds pretty good. And is this out now?
This is already out. I have got a sneak peek of the first expansion if we've got time to do that.
I wish, but we will come back to you definitely to have a big look at that. I'd love to. Okay. But I'm told we are running out of memory card, and
running out of memory card,
which is a bugger. So thank you very, very much for that. That sounds fantastic. I really look forward to Smash Up. It will be a brilliant game.
Okay, thank you.